Hey guys, Michael Chassis Parts Online again. I wanted to make a new video this morning because I've added some things to the to the box for the lower control arms, and I may add some stuff for the uppers. As you may know, this is my 1-inch shorter Crown Vic lowers, and these are the ones that are for either coilovers or factory struts. They have the double mount right there, as you can see, double holes. These may be a little different with this new brace. This is a different kind of brace than I used to use. Used to have a tube in here, but I felt like this 3/8 thick flat brace welded in was better than what we had before. Anyways, this is the set I'm fixing to box up for an order. And this box right here has the parts that are going in this box. But I've got some new things that I used to not put in with the lowers, and I'm going to show you what they are. Okay, first thing is 2 5/8 by 3.5 bolts and nuts for those. These are for where that strut goes through there, right there. Okay, so you don't have to use the factory stud bolt that comes through there. You can if you want to, but I'm going to start putting these in the box. Okay, and then also with that, I started putting these stainless washers. Okay, there should be 4 of them in here somewhere. Anyways, for that, and also for the I don't have the bolts in there yet. The 5/8 by 5.5 that go through here. There'll be washers, stainless washers in there for those. There's going to be 2 for the head of that bolt, but not for the nut, because the nut on those goes over the cam bolt. I mean, the head of the bolt goes in the cam bolt. The nut is where the washer will be on the main one, on the big one, the 5.5. I don't have the 5.5 in there, like I said. I think that's the only thing that. Also, I used to only send like 2 of these washers right here. I think I may have updated to 4 by the time I made a last video, but there'll be 4 of those for the rear bushing, and there didn't used to be. The other thing is I'm going to send is these right here, M14 1.5 jam nuts. Okay, now you're like, why do we need an M14 1.5 jam nut? Okay, these basically will go on the rack, on the Crown Vic rack. Okay, when you cut your rack, you're gonna have to cut 3/4 of an inch off both ends of the rack, and you're gonna have to cut 3/4 of an inch off the tie rod ends. Well, the Crown Vic rack has jam nuts. They're about at least double the thickness of that, maybe triple the thickness. But you don't need that much of you only need the little bitty jam nut, like that basically. So I'm sending these, which gives you a little bit more threads on your rack. Doesn't cost me, I mean, those things are pretty cheap. So I'm gonna start throwing them in the box. As you can see, everything else that goes in the box, I mean, you got all kinds of spacers. You got your strut spacers. These go down in there, depending on what strut or coilover you use. You got your cam washers. All that stuff's in this box. Your cam washers. The head of the bolt goes in there, and then the other side, that bolt right there, that's where your washer goes. And you go on that like that. And we use these big tapered flange lock nuts, better than a nylon insert lock nut, obviously. Goes like that. Anyways, that right there keeps it from scratching that all up. And both of those are stainless, so you don't have to worry about powder coating and painting them. We got a bigger bushing. This bushing doesn't have the taper on this side like the old ones had. This bushing is straight through 1 inch, and it's got a thicker flange and a larger diameter flange for this that one right there. Anyway, it's better than the ones we had before. The ones we had before were smaller and they were tapering on the end, which would be good for articulation, but we're not doing any articulation on these. So anyways, basically I just thought I'd shoot a new video. This is with my new iPhone. I basically went over to the dark side, got an iPhone. My Android was having so many problems with pop-ups. I had some bunch of pop-ups. I tried malware, virus stuff, pop-up blocker. None of that stopped it. So hadn't been able to make any videos through my phone until this morning. So do this one as a test. We'll see how it works out. And I should be making lower control arms like these all day today. That's what's on the schedule. Anyways, peace.